Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new standards of excellence.
Yes.
Say yes to engaging reportage with a difference.
Yes.
Introducing Yes International Magazine. The time to say yes to your dreams and aspirations is here.
Now, what are the things that keep you busy, especially anytime you're not painting, sculpting? What are the other things you do to keep yourself busy and engaged?
I read. I read.
Okay.
I read, and then I listen to the news, and after I listen to music, and then I attend shows, exhibition. I also travel. I teach art. I talk to people. I consult people, and then because I have the Hamata workshop, I am always a teacher because people consult me, either just talking to me all the time or inviting me to come and give talks and give demonstrations and so on. So when I'm not creating my own art, my hands are full with other things also connected with the arts.
Wow, wow. Now, some people collect your artworks. Who are the people you collect their own artworks?
I collect from fellow artists, and then fellow artists. I collect crafts from the market, from the market. I collect works of young people, and then I encourage even my own students to create works which I collect and put in my own my collection. My collection is rich with the works of the younger people. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What are the qualities of a good artwork?
That is a tall one. The qualities of a good artwork is that it must appeal to you.
All right.
You who look at it. The artwork must say something to you. If it doesn't say anything to you, if it doesn't excite your imagination, if it doesn't tell you some of the things you don't know before, if it didn't tell you anything new about your environment, about ideas, then it's not a good artwork. The artwork will tell you something that will make you feel a little different from what you felt before you come face to face with that artwork.
Wow. Wow. Now, there's a solo exhibition of your vintage works are currently running at Eco Hotel. Yes. How does it feel to exhibit at an unusual time? That's talking about COVID-19.
Well, the timing this time is not really very important because only a few works were created during the COVID time, but most of the other works were created outside the COVID time. But you see, the COVID lockdown actually gave a little bit of time for one to concentrate and to create. And so one of the very important works or two or three of the very important works that were there in that exhibition were created because I was shut out of the normal routine of moving around, visitors, um, um, disturbances, and so on and so forth. So in a way, being locked down is an advantage to the artist, and I think that I don't want the lockdown to come from that of COVID, but sometimes I think the artist should be given some time to stay by himself, keep him away from many worries that will distract them, and then the best will come out of it. So
Wow.
that COVID time gave me some kind of good time to create some works that are a little unusual now that you can see at the Eco Hotel.
Wow. Now, in a fortnight, the Hamatan workshop inspired by you will open in faraway Agbaroto in Delta State. What are your expectations this year, and what should people also expect?
Well, we are introducing a lot of very new things. We are bringing in people who will teach us the craft of some of the dying crafts at the Delta State. The crafts are dying, like um, mat weaving. It's an art which was very well treasured and recognized among the Robo people, but it's dying out. So we are trying to bring in somebody to reintroduce it, to teach it, so that it can be once again popular. And then we are bringing in facilitators who are introducing new ideas to the workshop, new ideas in engraving, but using the hot iron rather than the chisel to burn the wood, and to create something that has very beautiful patina that is local. We are also, during this workshop, ready to teach some of my techniques, like the painting on the linen canvas, and developing the xerographic painting and so on. That is something that we expect will happen during that Hamatan workshop. Also, we've just had our first resident artist completed 3 months there. So we want to show his work. He is involved with ceramics. He has created a lot of them now, and during the Hamatan workshop want to show his works. Also, during the Hamatan workshop, we want to focus on my colleague Dimas Wonko, who is the architect who actually constructed the main building of the Agbaroto setup. We will see his film, and then we will look at the house and the development of the facades that are now being put around the world. And then also we'll travel to see him at Dumuje Boko, and also to us. We'll be able to ask questions and let him also talk to us. During the Hamatan workshop, we want to bring in some other people. Their appointment have not been confirmed now, have not been confirmed yet. But like always, they come to talk to us about some areas of the art, something that even artists who are professional should know about, and the people who are interns and students what they should know about art. We'll bring them in, and also, of course, while doing this, we also want to observe the COVID-19 regulation,
Protocol. Yes.
distancing, using the mask, and so on, and
And so on.
during the avatar workshop. So
Wow,
that is it.
wow.
There are
All
many
right.
more things, but those are just the key points that
Key ones.
I want you to note
All
about
right.
the next avatar
Okay.
workshop.
All right. Now, you have made a tremendous impact on Nigeria's art scene. What message do you have for the up and coming artists?
Well, as I always say, um, the up and coming artists should work together as a group and work and exhibit together. I want them to see and follow the example of the Zaria Art Society. When they work together, each time they mention the success of one of the artists, all the others in the group will be mentioned. Also, like I mentioned earlier, they should not think first of the money that comes from the sale of artwork, but they should think first about the good artwork, something that comes from the soul. They should think about it, spend some time doing something that is good, and the money will take care of it. And I always tell them too that they should, whenever they are fortunate to meet with a patron, they should stay with the patron, stay with the patron, because that will make them grow. Because no artist can survive without good patronage. The patronage
Wow, wow. Key.
is the key word. Key word for good.
Yes. All right. What is the future of art in an age of science and technology?
Well, what you want to say is um, art, how scientific, how scientific is the art, and also to conclude that because art is also scientific, it has a very very big future. There's so much science in the arts and in the arts, and science experiments that rule the world. And so with art also uh, doubling as a part of the science, we expect that the best thing that can ever happen to the people in the world will happen to us through the effective application of the arts.
Wow, wow. Now, Prof, you're one of the Zaria rebels. No one should ideally meet you, without a word on this group of, young Nigerians, who changed the face of art, in this country. What's special about the Zaria rebels?
I don't think there's anything really very special about them. It's just that as a colonized people, we're meant to think about things coming from outside, to think more about things coming from outside than things that come from within us. Um, the Zaria Art Society asks us to look back in time to some of the good things that we have, bring them out, develop them, and let us enjoy them. While doing this, we should also be open to some of the good things that are being produced outside so that we can bring them to marry with some of the good things we have for a productive, creative present and a creative and productive future. That is the thesis of the Nigerian art society.
All right. Now, despite your phenomenal achievements, as a scholar, as a printmaker, as a sculptor, and so on, do you have any regrets?
I want to tell you that I don't have regrets. I don't have regrets because, you see, what I have come to see sometimes as a regret becomes something that God has put in my way to make me move further. So in that way, I should say that I don't have regrets. And I thank God for that.
Wow. Now, other than the Hamatan workshop, do you have any other succession plan or plans?
What do you mean succession plan? What do you mean by succession plan?
Yes. Are there other things that you would like to leave behind so that at the end of your earthly journey, people will continue to remember you for that?
Now, the Hamatan workshop, which is being which is part of the Onobrakpeya Foundation.
Onobrakpeya Foundation.
Yes, it's actually a kind of university without being named a university. My idea is that it will develop in such a way to develop the artists, to develop the environment of Agbaruto, and to develop Nigeria. So if I succeed, or if the Hamatan workshop succeed, if the Onobrakpeya Foundation succeed, I am sure to live in the mind of the people forever.
Wow, I love that. I will take two more questions so that I can free you. I need you to tell us more about the Onobrakpeya Foundation. I mean, you just mentioned it. Tell us more about it, sir.
Well, I started the art workshop. I started my art, and people wanted to learn, to be apprenticed, to be articled under me, and so on. And so the place we have in Lagos became too small, and I got property in Agbaruto, and I started to bring in young artists, even older ones, professionals, to practice the art. That was when the fourth foundation West African representative, Diabo Odanga, told me to create a foundation so that under the umbrella of that foundation, I can receive help that would make the idea I have grow. That was how the Hamatan workshop, that was how the Onobrakpeya Foundation was formed. So I owe it to the suggestion of Dr. Adiabo Odaga. So I formed it, and the Onobrakpeya Foundation becomes the umbrella under which all the activities, all my teachings, the environmental work I did, the development of the community and so on, they're all under the Onobrakpeya Foundation, which is an entity which I hope, will live after all of us and project the art to the very, very far future. Amen.
Amen. Let me take the final question. At over 80 years, you're still up and working. I mean, when I came in, I was, the last time I interviewed you was about 20 years ago as the editor of Encomium. So when I came in again and I met you looking young, agile and stuff, I was very, very happy. What is the secret, sir? Did you get what I just said?
Well, we should ask God what the secret is. Yes, I mean, I think we should ask God that question. He's the creator, and he's the one who gives life, who gives long life, and so he's the one. But having said that, I think that if one is creative, one has something to think about, one has something that engages the mind in a positive way, I think one will have one will be given that long life. God will give one that long life that is necessary to complete all those ideas that are coming from the mind, and to complete the assignment that God has given to one. As I mentioned earlier on, no one comes to this world without, first of all, being given an assignment. God gives one that assignment, and surely He will keep one alive, keep one active until that assignment is fulfilled. So the prayer is that we should ask God all the time to allow us to fulfill the assignment that He has sent us to perform in the world.
Wow. I think on that note, I would like to bring this interview session to an end. Once again, Professor Bruce Onobrakpeya, I am very, 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 very grateful on behalf of myself and all the members of my team, and also the good people of Yes International Magazine. We are indeed very, very, very grateful.